today's video is about reverse percentages. So we're told what the answer is this time when we've increased or decreased something by a percentage, and we need to find out what that original amount was. Okay, so it can be called two things. It can be called finding the original amount or reverse percentages. Now, before I show you how to do those, I want to show you how on a calculator you can work out a percentage increase or decrease really quickly. Okay, so today's lesson is calculator, so you will need your calculator. So if you're to increase something, a number, so 240 by 30%, okay, we would find 30% and then we would add it on. Okay, and if you imagine it, you've got that bar model, and you would have your 10 for 100%, and then we add on 3 more 10% basically. So you would have in total 130%. I'm actually going to draw that so you can see what I mean. So we've got our bar model, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is our 100%. So this is the 240. We are adding on 30%. Okay, so I need to add on 3 of these. So whatever value they are, I'm going to add on the 3 more. So actually what I've got in total is 130%. So that's key to doing that. All right, if it was decreasing it by 30%, I would take the 3 off. Okay, but we'll have a look at one of those in a moment. So if I was doing this on a calculator, I would need to know that I need to calculate 240 multiplied by 130%, because I've got my 100% plus my 30%. Okay, so that's how I would find out. Obviously you can't type in 130% into your calculator, so we need to change this into a decimal. And to change it into a decimal, we divide it by 100. So it's going to be 240 multiplied by 1.30. If you want to put the 0 in, it doesn't matter. Okay, so 240 times 1.3, and it gives me my answer of 312. So increase in 240 by 30% would be £312. Let's check that using this little bar model. Okay, so we know that that's 100%, so that's 240. Each of these is worth 24. So I know I need to add 3 of them on, sorry. So 24 plus 24 is 48, plus another 24, so 48, 68, 72. So this is 72, this is my 240, and 240 plus 72 does make 312. So the trick is to do this, and you need to be able to understand how to do that before you do the next set of questions. So let's do, this time, decrease £240 by 30%. So this time, I'm not going to draw the model, okay? We're going to do, we know that we had to add the percentages together. So we had the 100% and we had to add on the 30. This time, I've got my 100%, but I need to take away the 30% because it's a decrease. So that leaves me with 70%. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing now. So 240 times 70%, which is the same as saying 240 times 0.7. Okay, and if I type that in on my calculator, 240 times 0.7 is £168. So that's what it would be. So if we're looking at the bar model, I would need to take 3 of these away. So I would be doing 240, take away 72, which is quite rightly 168. Okay, so now we're going to look at this as a reverse percentage. Okay, so this is the type of question you might get asked. A house has increased, so make note there that it's going to be an add, in value by 20% to £54,000. What was the original value? Now, if we use this same method, okay, I'm going to know that I know the answer this time instead. So I'm going to do it backwards. So I'm going to leave this bit as a question mark. Okay, so we know that we need to multiply something by 20% that's been increased. So we should do that first. We know it's an increase, so it's 100% plus the 20%. So it's 120% in here. And we know the answer. That's the difference this time. So it's 54,000. Okay. We're going to change this into a decimal. So we don't know what this is. Multiplied by 1.2 equals 54,000. Now this is a little bit of solving. Okay, so we know that to get rid of the 1.2 on this side, we would need to divide. And remember, to balance it, we need to do it on both sides. So we're going to divide by 1.2 on each side. That would disappear, and it's going to tell me what the answer is. So 54,000 divided by 1.2 gives me 45,000. That's what you would expect. You would expect the answer to be lower because you're looking at the original amount. And the original amount should be lower than what the new value is because the new value has been increased. Okay? Let's have a look at the next one. I'm going to change it so it says decreased. Okay, so we've got one of each example. So the first thing I should do, I note that it's a decrease in value by 25%. So I'm going to do 100%, take away 25%, which is 75%. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. Something times 75% equals £89,000. Okay, turn it into a decimal. So times by 0.75 equals 89,000. Now this time we would expect the value to be higher than what we've got here. Okay, so it's the opposite. So to get rid of this, we're going to divide by 0.75 on each side. Make sure it balances. So that bit disappears. So the answer, so the original amount, let's get my calculator, 89,000 divided by 0.75 is a really horrible number because I changed the question. We'll round it because it's money. So it's £118,666.67. Okay, so that's how you would do these. So now I want you to have a go at your questions.